This is Wilson Morales from Blackfilm.com talking of Tony Puryear
You got it.
and Erika Alexander on their collaboration on Concrete Part, which is a comic book on Dark Horse Comics.
It sure is.
Now, the comic book's been out for now 3 to 4 years. What has changed? Is it the character? Is it the story? You know, is it a narrative that goes straight?
Yes. Yes, the characters have changed, the story has changed, and the narrative goes straight. Let me see if I can expand on that. We appeared initially in Dark Horse Presents in little 8-page snippets. We were anthologized there 7 times. But 8 pages at a time is not a great way to make a story. It's a great way to find an audience, but now we're getting to stretch out. We've got 22 pages per issue in a new 5-issue miniseries for a total of 110 pages. We can really flex our storytelling muscles. The characters are deepening. You're only now starting to see some of these mysteries appear. You're only now starting to see some of these characters interact. That's so exciting. It's a very exciting time.
Mm-hmm. And how did you get involved? You know, people know your work, obviously comic book, you're writing, you know, people see you because you're an actress, you've done a lot of projects, but they don't know about your skills as a writer, comic books. How did you get involved in all of this?
Well, I got involved a while ago, trying to, maybe just as an actress, looking for other ways to communicate the ideas that I had. I mean, obviously I've grown up in showbiz. It's been very good to me, but after a while I wanted to learn how to do other things, and writing, creating was one of them. My brother mentioned an idea that he had, and I really liked the name. I didn't necessarily and let's just say that we got together and started collaborating, and Tony got involved, and suddenly we had an idea that we started taking around, and people liked it. But it was difficult to, I guess because of the science fiction nature of it, for them to maybe back it, because there were people of color. After a while, we kind of got frustrated with that, and Tony decided, well, fine, I'll draw it. Now, this is a man who wrote Eraser and is a screenwriter, but he went out and basically taught himself how to illustrate a comic book, and I would co-write with him, and that's where we are now.
Yes. I've learned how to draw better. That's something that's happened because this is our very first work in comics. She's a better writer for it, and I'm a better, I'm drawing. I think I'm doing pretty well for a guy who picked it up late in life.
And you know, you have to know, the reason why we're doing the comic book is because we did run into a lot of resistance, and one of the most difficult things that we encountered was a studio head who told us that after we pitched it to them, that black people didn't like science fiction because they didn't see themselves in the future. And we were not only disappointed, we were angry about it. And so, with the comic book industry being a lower barrier to enter, we thought, well, maybe we could pull this off. The thing that we needed was somebody who believed in it, and luckily Dark Horse and Mike Richardson stepped up, and they said, you know what, we don't know where this is going to go or what, but we like what it is now, and so that's what happened.
You know, over the years, you know, you look at on the web, as far as people start naming top 10 black characters in comic books, you know, you talk about the Falcon, Black Panther, and then when you think about females, you think about Storm. You don't think that many, you know, and so you have this comic book, and you've seen that there's been a lack of characters,
right,
whether it's writers or, you know, characters on screen. You know, what do you say to yourselves as far as, okay, how are we going to market this? You know, how do we sell this? You know, obviously you've been around for a number of years now, but yet, you know, it's not talked about, obviously, in bigger circles, you know, where it should be.
Well, we do events like this. We're working this con to beat the band. We're going to be at the Salt Lake Con on the 4th of September, the day after our book drops. So we're doing a lot of touring to support the album, as it were. Number 2, we blog about it. We're on social media a lot, trying to get people familiar with these characters. We think once people try these characters out, they'll kind of get hooked in the stories. There are black characters, but there's people across the spectrum. There's people in different levels of ability or disability. There's people of different sexual orientations. And what we think that does is give a point of entry for a lot of different kind of comics fans, to invite them in. We're very sensitive to our depiction of women and how the spectrum of what women get to do in comics is about this wide, whereas women do everything. And in our world, we'd love to show an integrated, a world where women get to be full human beings. We hope we write them that way.
And trying to find non-traditional places to communicate that, get people to know that it's out there.
We do radio.
It's difficult, so we're glad to be here, Black
Black film.
Black film, we're glad to be.
We do black radio. We do a lot of black press, trying to get that message out. But also, as we said, we're
And you
touring.
know what? And we're very grateful for the support that we've had because it's been very strong from our people. I think that it's going to be a thing to sort of get them to go into comic books because there are comic book deserts like there are food deserts. There's often not enough libraries and all sorts of things in cities that have people of color in them. But you know what? You can get this on Amazon. You can go to get this. You can get this at Barnes and Noble. So that's the good part. But we got to let them know it's out there.
How many issues are there so far?
Well, we've appeared in Dark Horse Presents 7 times. We're about to start this 5-issue miniseries. By the time we're finished, there'll be 110 new pages by the end of December. 110 new pages of this comic, plus 2 hardcovers, one in October and one in March. So there's going to be a lot of material. There's maps. You know, you're not a good fantasy world until you have a map, like Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones. We have a map. We have glossaries and character descriptions. So we're building a world. We pride ourselves on being world builders. We hope you like the world we're building.
Any chance you're going to come back to the film world? Obviously, you've got credits that people know
yes.
about, you know?
Yes, she's writing a picture right now that's gorgeous, a bio picture.
Yeah, it's a film about Walter Turnbull, who created the voice choir Harlem, and we're excited about that. And so obviously he'll get back into it, but right now he's so
Focused on drawing this comic.
trying to do it well. It's not an easy gig. So, like I said, we're happy, but we got our hands full.
Now, is the cover going to change, or is this the same cover over and over?
No, the cover changes. It's a monthly comic coming out. The cover will change.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're going to see great covers.
You come see us in 5 minutes, and you can see the covers. We have to go to our signing, but you'll be able to see our covers, and we'll send you some the JPEGs of all the color material.
At the end of the day, why should anyone pick up Concrete Park?
We hope it moves you. We hope the story takes you to a place you hadn't thought of, but that it makes you cry, that it makes you want to turn the pages, that you get an emotional experience out of it. I hope people, as I said, across the spectrum of humanity, will see themselves represented in this and say, oh, I know a guy like that. Oh, I would do that. Oh, if I was on it, I would totally do that. That's what we hope. We hope to move you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Wilson.
Okay.